Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hi there. Oh, wait. Front to back. Hashtag front to
No.
back. Hashtag front back wave.
Uh,
Hi, everybody. We are live, and as you can see, we are -1 integral part of our squad. We're like one Callie. She had to work. She's not going to be with us tonight. Which means these three poor, unsuspecting humans are at my mercy. Don't worry. We're going to do great things together, the four of us. We're going to go on an adventure.
Prove it!
I hope so.
Okay.
And that adventure takes us to Rule Tier. And like you know...
How about we introduce ourselves, Joe?
Yes, we will.
Oh, okay.
We are going back to Rule Tier again tonight, as we do with almost all of our one-shots. And tonight, these three wonderful people are playing three equally wonderful people. But I will let them introduce themselves. So, Dave, why don't you...
Hi, my name is Dave. I usually play an elven wizard called Bravo Quarks. But today, I'm playing a human cleric called Harper Oberlin.
Lauren?
I am Lauren. I play our group's cleric North in the Storm King's Thunder camp. And tonight, I am playing a human wizard named Quinn.
And Travis?
Is it my turn? Can I go now?
No, wait. No, you have to wait, and Dave has to go again.
My turn! Okay, hello!
Hi, my name is Dave.
No!
Dave's not God!
Alright, I guess I'll just...
Elven wizard called Bravo Quarks.
Hello, my name is Travis. I play the group's human druid Carrion on our normal campaigns. Today I will be playing Sawyer Cairnlorn? So... I always have to have a plan for what to do when things go wrong. My ideals, freedom. Chains are meant to be broken, and those that would forge them also meant to be broken. What else we got here? My bonds. Someone I love died because of a mistake I made. That will never happen again. We'll see about that.
It's probably going to happen again.
Spoilers! And, flaws.
We gotta start all over. We gotta scrap these characters.
I ruined it.
When I see something valuable, I can't think about anything else but how to steal it.
You've got a problem.
What about the other two? How about Quinn? What's Quinn up to these days?
Quinn is great. I've determined it's a she, I guess, because I just associate Quinn with she. So she is a very knowledgeable wizard. She really likes a good mystery. Knowledge, it's the path to power and self-improvement is through knowledge. It's her ideal. She might like Scooby-Doo. You're right.
Of course.
Her bonds, let's see. I've been searching my whole life for the answer to a certain question.
So...
I'm not telling you guys, but there's a certain question.
Oh, no. We're not going to learn about that.
No. Not for you guys to learn. It's for me to learn. And I'm easily distracted by the promise of information. Watch out, guys.
And how about Harper Oberlin?
Harper Oberlin is a noble by birth, but they do not place themselves above other folk. Everybody has the same people juice.
That's great.
No, keep going. You're right.
It's also, even though I don't see myself above other people, it's my duty to protect the people beneath me.
Oh! Whoa. I sense connection here.
Do you just walk on stilts all of the time? Is that what that means?
I'm like
You're
8'10".
right? Okay.
Yeah.
That's what you meant.
And then Also, I need to be seen as the hero of the people, and my words are my actions. And I'm constantly bringing shame to my family.
This character's great.
So you sound like a kind of like a disgraced first son.
I feel like I need to give a little nitty gritty of my character. So
yeah, go for it.
Sawyer used to be an assassin. I just super quick because it's a long description. So Sawyer used to be an assassin, and that's where he lost the person that he loved. Unbeknownst to him, he worked through a bunch of stuff until he met the cleric, whose name is whatever Dave said. Harper, his best buddy. So Sawyer was actually contracted to kill Harper, but Harper showed him the right way and how he can be a good person and avenge his loved one that was taken from him. So he's like Harper is Sawyer's pillar.
How cute.
Pillar of kisses.
Oh.
So how did Harper turn this would-be assassin? What did Harper say to turn this would-be assassin to the good side, to the light side?
Turn
on
undead.
Jedi. Oh, nice. Oh, okay. So our rogue is a zombie. For those of you keeping track at home.
Yeah.
All right. So tonight's fairly.
I swallowed a hair. I'm sorry.
All right, everybody at home. Let's all
He's
pause.
on push to talk, so he had to push that button to say that.
Yeah.
It's still in there.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
It's
they call him
important. It's important.
This is
Hairs are no
important.
joke.
I might have to leave.
That's a lie. He's watching that down here. He's fine.
I'm trying. I'll let you know how it goes. Status update in like 10
Nice.
seconds.
So nice that we have an insight into your personality from your wife. Right. So tonight's one-shot adventure is going to take place in the city of Gothenburg. Now, Gothenburg is the capital city of the nation of Gothenburg. The founders of the nation, very unoriginal in their naming conventions. There's a farm called Gothenburg. The river that runs through the town is the Gothenburg. They didn't branch out very much. But Gothenburg is very well known for one critical reason. Gothenburg is the first human settlement that contacts the dwarves that control the overland bridge between the Heights of Skagmar. So, the Heights of Skagmar, if we are in the upper left corner of the map, right here. The Heights of Skagmar is a natural land bridge that dwarves have control of, and they are in an alliance with Gothenburg. Unfortunately, Gothenburg is at war with its neighbor, an equally sized nation. It's the usual unpleasantries, trade disputes, diplomatic insecurities. There was a murdered politician here and there. And the long and short of it is that Gothenburg has gone to war with its neighbor. It's been a long, protracted war between the two small nations, and our intrepid adventuring party has been summoned by the king of Gothenburg to, you guessed it, Gothenburg Castle. In Gothenburg, in the nation of Gothenburg. Like I said, they weren't very original people.
They just kept it simple. It's fine. I like it.
Yeah.
Can't get lost, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we pick it up in the throne room.
These are some crazy NPCs here. They're very colorful.
So
where are we?
You
we're
are
in front.
directly in front of the king. He sits on his throne with his purple flower protruding from his floppy hat.
He's definitely standing, but I can use imagination.
And he beckons you forward. He beckons you forward. Ah, intrepid adventurers, welcome, welcome. Thank you for heeding the call and joining. You no doubt have questions, and I seek to alleviate them. Pray tell me what questions you might.
Yes. So, why are we here today?
To the point. I enjoy that. To the very, very point. Well, as you know, Gothenburg is at war, and it is a very costly war. And as the king talks about war, he has a kind of nonchalant, almost withdrawn sense about the war, as if he's discounting the fact that people are dying for his own purposes. They're fighting for that king. But he's talking about it as if fishmongers are in the market selling fish. He's very flippant and dismissive about the whole.
Quinn is totally going to ask about some specific figures.
Some specific, like people figures or like number figures.
Both. Each time he says something about soldiers or money or things and exactly how much is that? And she's got a little book out and she's starting to scribble things.
Oh, so at some point when the king begins to talk, an aide de camp just comes over and kind of pulls you. And it's this lady right here. She kind of walks over to Quinn, and then you and Quinn you and the lady kind of take a step to the left here. You kind of both come over, and every time the king talks,
I can't actually click anything.
Oh no! Oh,
me neither.
Oh, sorry. Let me take care of that real quick.
But I feel like I'm gonna be told to shut the fuck up. In a very nice way.
Well, maybe not so nice a way. We don't know yet.
That's true. We don't know how this kingdom is, but I have a feeling. Yay!
Okay, everybody should be able to move their respective tokens around. Give them a little. Right. It's clear that the okay. If you want to go ahead and put him back now, there we go. And not get into a position to deal 26d6 damage to the king himself.
Just checking if you notice.
So what happens is as you request these numbers, the king initially begins to give them to you. He gives you names of commanders, and he gives you names of sites of battles, and he gives you figures. But he begins to lose his concern for the minutia of the war. And this female aide comes forward and kind of, without talking, kind of beckons you over to her. And every time the king talks and you ask him a question about the numbers, the aide provides you with the numbers. So you ask who's leading this particular battle. She tells you it's Sergeant such and such, and you ask how many people are involved in this fight, and she tells you it's this number, and so on and so forth and so forth. But it's clear that this aide has the bulk of the information, and to you, the king is regurgitating as best he can remember the information given to him. So the king continues. As you may well know, we are a bit loggerhead between us and our neighboring kingdom. And the kingdom...
Sorry, did he just say lava head?
Loggerhead?
Loggerhead, okay.
We are a bit of a stalemate. There you go, I dumbed it down a little bit. With our neighboring kingdom. And the nation of Gothenburg desires an edge to bring this to a quick, just, and peaceful resolution with as few lives lost as possible. And when he says as few lives lost as possible, you can tell that this man here and here are kind of his military advisors, because they either bristle or light up, or they have some kind of animation whenever talk about battles or numbers regarding the war itself show up. And the whole while, this poor schlub over here on the right side he's just gesturing it up. He's just acting a fool like he should. But the king continues. Now, my diviners, my royal mages, believe they have found a cavern at the base of Mount... I almost said Mount Hote now. Can't say Mount Hote now, because that's not where we are. At the base of Mount Ararat, they believe they have found a cave right on the very edges of the Forlorn Swamp. Now, it's quite a long journey from here, but they do believe that the fabled army of Kagashun rests within there. And he looks at you like knowingly, like, of course you know what the fabled army of Kagashun is.
Did he just say Mount Ariat?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, he did, Mr. Professional D3 ladder climber.
Noted. Okay.
Quinn is totally gonna pop it. Yeah, so the fable goes as, well, would you mind refreshing my memory? I feel like it's there, but I just want to make sure it's the same fable. And she's got her pen ready to the paper.
The king says, of course. But then he, like, leans back in his chair and just indicates to his right, and rather old, or you can't really tell his age, but at least a man with a salt and pepper beard steps forward and begins to tell you all the army of Kagashun. And he kind of steps forward and takes a position in front of, but just to the right of the king. And he begins to tell you that the army of Kagashun was centuries ago created by a mad mage. A mage driven insane by his own thirst to control his own power. He wanted to seek as much power as possible, and to that end, he created an army made entirely out of stone. In a fit of consciousness, in a moment of clarity, he realized the massive weapon that he had created and hid it away from the entire world. And so, to this day, somewhere in the world exists this army of stone men, archers and cavalry and officers and swordsmen, all ready to do the bidding of the one who can control them. And that's what this advisor, the man with the salt and pepper beard, relates to you. He believes that the king's divinators, the king's mages, have found at the base of Mount Ararat, in a cave that borders the Forlorn Swamps, the resting place of the army of Kagashun. And so, as he finishes, the king thanks him, but doesn't say his name. Kind of, thank you, but for whatever reason doesn't recognize him by name. So, as you have been told, we believe we have found it, and not only that, but we believe this army can turn the tide of battle. We believe that through controlling this army, we can use it to bring a swift end to this war, with a minimalization of casualties. So, I task the three of you to go and find this army, to bring it to heel, and use it to help us win this war.
Well, that would be something indeed. Such an army would be quite expensive. Now, where, pray tell, did you happen upon this information?
Well, you see, I employ a great many divinators, diviners, divinationists. I'm not quite certain what they call themselves. But through a combination of various augury and thaumaturgy and other divinatory spells, they have determined the final resting place of this army. There is a bit of fogginess as to the interior of the cave, what the composition of the army might be, how well it may be dispossessed, if it is still in one piece. I assume some of the statues may have broken over time. But they believe with a great degree of certainty that this can turn the war.
And when we find this army, how do we take it under our hand, take it under our wing, and command it to assist you with this war?
When you ask that question, one of his senior military advisors steps forward. It's a man in a long, flowing purple robe. It's a heavy robe. You think maybe meant to cut the chill of winter as much as it is a sign of... And he steps forward, and he has none of the grace and social bearing of the king. And when we take control of this army, we shall use it to... And he just throws a bunch of military didactum at you. Where they'll move, the disposition of the troops.
Yes. All that is all well and good, but that is not of my concern. You are the strategist, the general, the leader. We are simply to acquire this army, but how do we take control of it to bring it to battle?
The military advisor kind of straightens his back. Well, you go to the cave and find the army. I don't know, honestly. And he looks back and forth between you and the king kind of nods, and he kind of takes his place back beside the throne.
And Quinn's going to scribble down and kind of mouth, like, doesn't actually know how we're going to get this statue.
Yes, well, while our diviners divinate, and he looks over at his aide, please find out what they... While we deal with our divinators, they were able to discern the location, but not the mechanics for its operation, which is why we selected you three.
Sorry, just imagine. Go Google it, hurry up, go!
Can we get a quick Google on that? Just
hey,
who?
Google, how to control stone army. No, stone. Damn this thing.
So, Sawyer steps back and leans, not quite whispering, but speaking low to Harper. I don't know, what do you think? Sounds a bit risky, not much to go on.
Well, if we can control the army, I think that's where we need to go. We'll be heroes. Heroes.
Well, and Quinn's gonna kind of chime in, and just like has been flipping between pages. Well, I dabble in a little bit of stone, but I don't know that I can control an army. I feel like we're missing something here. We really need to know a little bit more before we go.
It's fine. We'll sort it out when we get there. We'll be heroes.
I suppose if he did hide them away in that cave, there's bound to be other such useful things. Probably quite expensive as well. It's worth a look.
Yes, I'm all in favor of learning new things.
So the king kind of holds up a hand while the three of you are talking. And he says, I should mention that should you take on this quest for the royalty, you will be awarded all you may need to make the journey. It is a 2-day ride from here. But you will be given provisions, horse and cart to make the journey, and we shall provide you with the exact location so you will not have to try and reach it on your own.
Oh. Well. Great.
We'd be hard-pressed to refuse at this point, I believe.
Seems like we're gonna be heroes, so we should probably just go be heroes.
Say, now what is the compensation for something such as this?
Well, the king looks at you a bit confused. The royalty has decided to provide you with a stipend of 100 gold pieces apiece. However, we believe that pales in comparison to the ability to control a stone army. Kind of thought that was reward enough. You see, we will need you to command the royal army of stone. Did we not make this clear? I thought between the four of us it was clear that we needed you to collect the army and use it for us. He looks over at his general. Did you tell them? You told them that we needed, that they were to bring the army. That was how this was to work.
Just give me a second. I just need to check my character's alignment. One moment.
Oh shit, you're right.
Ah, and now the alignment comes into play.
Wait, where is it?
I put it under additional features and traits for everybody.
Sounds like we need to go be heroes. They need some heroes. We'll be those heroes.
I'm neutral.
Neutral good. So, for 100 gold apiece, and we have a large army. She's kind of got like that typical like accountant type thing, like kind of like going through things. And you expect us to count for this, and I guess using what he's got figured out could possibly work. But 100 gold pieces of. Let me see. She's gonna try and like huddle and bring them all together.
And it's at this moment when you three are deciding that you realize that the whole court, the king, his two advisors, and the two military advisors, they're all kind of like leaning in, like the king's kind of sitting forward on his chair. They're all watching.
So I kind of feel like they're not telling us the whole story, but this is a very good deal.
I mean, even if we can command it, right? We can still use it forever we want.
I never said anything like that, but I suppose. I mean,
well,
since you brought it up.
If it really isn't for good intentions, I do not feel good handing them over this army.
Oh, no. You would never want to misuse such a power as expensive as this and tarnish it.
Yeah, probably not. Probably just want to keep it to ourselves. Control.
You guys are going to have to talk amongst yourselves. I hear my dog going nuts in the background. I think some neighborhood dogs might have come into the yard, so just give me just 1 second. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Sounds like we're the only ones that can solve this problem they got here. So
yeah, look.
How though? How
You know what?
are we the only people in this entire town that can do that?
Don't worry, I have the solution. Excuse me. Yep, out of the way. Yep. All right.
Oh, is there space for one more up there? It looks
Oh yeah. Here.
pretty cozy.
Yeah.
Yep. We gotta hanging
From
out.
what I know, that's probably a bad idea.
Hey, King, if this is fine with you, don't say anything. Yeah, it sounds like it's fine. So we'll just We'll just hang out on the throne here, just being heroes.
This is great. This is
being heroes is great and all, but have you thought about the after effect? Like everyone wanting your signature, and then everyone wanting you to like go and do things for them.
Yeah,
and it may or
think
may
about
not
how
be
much money you could make. I mean, for every signature, you could sell it for silver, gold, maybe.
But if you're a hero, wouldn't you do it out of the kindness of your heart?
Yeah, and money.
Well, people would, even just people wanting your signature would be reward enough.
That sounds like exploitation of your fans, guys. I don't know about that.
No, so we've all decided that we're the kings now, and due to the old king's inactivity and in protests, we now are the heroes of this place.
We occupy the throne now. You will.
I had no time. I told them to get down. I told them that was not a good idea. From what I know, they probably would have died the moment that they put that on the step.
So while I was gone,
we decided to do it.
We leveled up to level 20. The king gave us mansions and a castle.
We talked to him real good.
And
we're the heroes of the land.
Yeah, we're heroes now. It's been great.
Terrible shame how you all just died.
No, you can't catch me.
Hey, I didn't do anything here. Why am I dead? I told them no. You can watch.
Damn it! Hold still.
Oh, you can't stop me. I might be dead, but I'm still a hero.
I'm now undead. Oh.
All right.
Okay, we're gonna go do the thing now.
Yeah, we're good. It's fine.
All right, so you've agreed to help the king and at the very least see about the stone army. Amongst the three of you, what have the three of you decided to do when you get to the stone army?
We're gonna look really hard for clues on how to activate the stone army.
Now, I'm gonna be looking for valuables, 1, and well, that'll be 2, because 1 is how to control the stone army. I don't want to activate it unless I can control it.
Yep.
That 2.
Yep. Okay.
Probably just go up and try and talk to them.
Okay.
It's gonna go up and bang rocks together in front of him or something.
Yeah.
So you agree to take on the kingdom's task. You agree to work for the royal crown, and this is something the three of you have never done before. You've worked to expand your knowledge. But yes, I see a question there from the back. Yes,
sir, did we get a royal insignia? An emblem?
Oh, you have gotten so much more than a royal insignia. You have gotten the royal insignia in the form of signet rings that you all now wear. They just like pulled out a box, just like full of rings. And just like, here, try this on. Nope, try this on. Nope, try that. There you go, that fits. That one's yours now. Don't worry about where it came from or what dead body we took it off of. You also each got a sash, not one that goes across the chest, one that rides around the neck and comes down on both sides, so around left and right of your neck. Kind of like a sash. Yeah, like a Catholic priest. Yeah, like a Catholic priest. You have 2 bands that now run down your left and right side of your chest that display the heraldry of the kingdom. You've all been given a very hearty retainer in the form of an additional 50 gold pieces to help you, pay your way as you head off to find the stone army. One of the civic advisors has come forward and told you about where to get the cart and who to go to and the horses that you'll use and all of the details of the administration of your quest were handled there in the moment off to the side. Yes? Do you have something you wanted to say?
Me?
Yeah.
I burped!
Oh!
I was trying to be modest. I didn't hold down my push to talk button to burp in your ear. Sorry.
So you all head out of the throne room, and as you head out, another group of people step forward. You can tell that today has been very much a airing out of concerns. What?
Chat. I'm sorry, I'm watching chat.
You've learned that today is very much airing out of concerns. Like the masons are there, the millers are there, the bakers and the builders, and all these different guilds have representation in the grand throne room today. And as you make your way out, one of those guilds step forward and begin talking with the king. And you kind of catch a glance back, and he sees you, and he kind of waves you off, kind of happily, kind of a good luck kind of wave. And as you head out of the throne room, out of the castle, and down away from the kingdom, you make it into the city proper, and the teeming throngs of people press in close to you, and you start making your way in to collect your belongings, your cart and your horse that was given to you by the crown, and all this stuff. And as you do, a person kind of saddles up next to whoever is very interested in knowledge. Let me figure out who that was.
Does Sawyer notice this person? To Quinn.
Well, Quinn? It's Quinn, right? Yeah.
But does Sawyer notice this person?
Oh, yes. No, you all notice it because he makes no... Yeah, go ahead.
His hand, he doesn't make it obvious, but as he sees the person approach, he's just paying attention to the crowd. His hand works his way down to his dagger, and he's just kind of resting his in his belt like this with his thumb in his belt, but his hand's right there where his dagger would be. But he's not, being aggressive or anything about it.
He, the man that approaches you is a very tall, spindly man with a sandy blonde, very short hair, and the 5 o'clock shadow that suggests a very unkempt approach to life. Just a very wake up and go, fall asleep, wake up and go kind of life. And he saddles up next to Quinn, and he kind of addresses the whole group. We saw you coming out of the throne room there, and we can't help but wonder what you were doing in there. It didn't have anything to do with the stone army.
Well, what's it to you, fellow gravel voice person?
The person that approached you holds up 2 hands and kind of steps away. Oh, I don't mean any trouble. Well, could you come with me? I represent a bit of a resistance, and it's a risk even talking to you, but you have to know that this is not the right path to go down. You can't side with the crown in bringing an entire stone army back to life. You can't give that much power to the authority like this.
Oh, but we'll be in charge of them, don't worry.
Will you, though? Will you, or will you be at the heel of the kingdom?
No, we're going to be in charge of these stone armies, and they're going to listen to us, and then everyone will celebrate our victory over the stone army and the bad guys.
So that is the ideal situation. Yes. So tell me more about this resistance. I don't know about it. And she's gonna pull out her notebook.
Listen, we can't talk here. And he looks directly at a town guard that's walking past. The royalty have eyes and ears everywhere. Please come with me. There's a tavern not far from here where our group meets. It's safe, and we can explain everything there if you'd like to hear more.
Of course I'd like to hear more. So how do you know that it's safe?
Because we take pains to keep it that way.
You got a stone army to keep you safe?
No, we don't have a stone army. That's why. No, look.
That's why you come talking to us to get you a stone army. Okay, yeah, I see how it goes.
No, see, that's just it. We don't want the stone army. We want you to destroy it.
But then we wouldn't have one.
No, but you'd be famous across the whole land for bringing an end to this conflict throughout needless bloodshed. If the Stone Army isn't present, then both nations will be pressed to reach a diplomatic resolution. They're stuck in a stalemate right now. This Stone Army will force one side into victory over the other, but if we don't have the Stone Army, they'll be resorted to a peaceful resolution. We can save just as many lives without the Stone Army as we can.
Saving lives. So she's gonna go back to her book and kind of flip back through some of the stats and yes. Well, you say stalemate, so the other side has definitely suffered as much as we have. Well, that was a lot of information. Thank you so much. So, guys, what do you think you want to do? And she's
sounds like he doesn't want us to have a stone army.
Yes.
I want a stone army.
Part of me wants to hear him out, though, guys. I mean, we did feel like something was kind of wrong in there. She caught the sight of a guard walking by, and she goes, "Oh, in there." Like, it's totally conspicuous.
I mean,
I don't know. The king was saying we could have a stone army.
Listen,
This guy's saying that we don't get to have a stone army.
No, he's saying we shouldn't have a stone army.
a stone army, as one could imagine, and I have imagined, would be worth its weight in gold. And it would be heavy. Really,
Would you really?
really heavy.
But would you feel good about selling that stone army to people who are going to use it wrong?
But we're going to be the ones using it, so we won't use it wrong.
You feel very confident that we're going to use it. Do you have an idea of how we're going to control it?
Oh yeah, I'm sure that we'll figure it out once we get there.
Well, if we can't control it, as long as we can find out the method to control it, then it's just as good.
The man who saddled up beside you sees he can't quite hear it over the din of the crowd, but he can see that you're talking amongst yourselves, and he kind of interjects himself again. Look. Come with me, and if you don't want to help us, that's fine, but we do have even more information. We know what's inside the cave. We found it ourselves, and the royalty may have found the cave, but they don't know the difficulty that lays ahead inside of it. And
we need to... She's going to immediately pop up and be like, this guy, we have to. He knows what's going on in there.
He kind of like nods.
But
plus, we think we've figured out how to actually control the stone arm.
And more comes out. Come on, guys, we gotta follow it.
How many people know about your resistance?
Well, there's me, about a few dozen of us in this resistance, yeah.
How popular is your resistance?
About a few dozen of us.
Among the common folk. How are you well liked? Is this resistance well liked?
It's us. It's a few dozen of us that fight against I
heard that. Is your resistance popular among the common folk?
Not now, but if you rise as a figurehead for the resistance, you'll be revered beyond imagination things, words.
And you said we get to have a stone army.
I mean,
I'm listening.
at the end of this, yes, there will be a stone army, and the decision will need to be made as to its disposition. But again, like I said, we hope you'll destroy it and not look to.
Everyone will love me, and I'll have a stone army. I'm in.
Harper, come on. You've got to be... Well, we need to decide whose hero we're going to be, right?
I don't care as long as we're a hero.
well, nothing bad will come from hearing them out, I should hope.
Let's go! And she
So you all follow this man, and he introduces himself as Doolish McClement, and he
That's a
Is
name.
Doolish McCliniment. And he lets you know that he's not the leader of the resistance, but he is very, very close to him, top 5, top 3, something like that. He tells you that the leader of the resistance is a man named Teague Wilson, and they don't directly oppose the royalty. They just oppose this particular path to ending the war. This Stone Army is far too much power for one person to wield. And if it fell into the wrong hands, the Stone Army could sweep across the land, and he kind of just starts rambling about how bad that should be. But the 3 of you follow him to a small tavern, and you all 3 sit at the bar. Yeah, perfect. That looks great. And he begins to tell you more and more about the resistance, when they formed, what caused them to form, and it's clear that he's just kind of like stalling. Like
So, Stone Army, you said.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, allow me to introduce our leader. And he indicates the barman, who's been standing there the whole time, pouring. My friends, please meet Teague Will. And the barman just kind of nods. It's not that bad, right?
What?
No, look.
That's not all talking at once.
Look, it's a simple prospect that Doolish has laid out here for you. We need the 3 of you
To go get the Stone Army. Yes,
No.
we know.
No. Destroy the Stone Army. You have to destroy it. We're convinced that there's a way to destroy this army. Bring it to naught, and let no one have control of such a powerful tool.
And
But I want the Stone Army.
saying we were to destroy it, how?
Right, well, we're a bit fuzzy on that. So, as near as we can work out, there is a control mechanism for the army. We're not sure how it works, or by what means it operates, but it relies on. And he looks over at Doolish. What's the word the wizard used? And then Doolish thinks. He looks down at his head. It'd be mental impersonation. And then Teague looks. No, it's not impersonation. That's not what it is. It's not impersonations. Mental impressions. Yeah, mental impressions. You hold the shape, thought in your head, and he taps like the side of his head, and your desires control the army. I assume this is all secondhand, third hand. Doolish told me.
She's gonna raise her hand.
Yes.
Okay, great. So you started to begin to talk about kind of how we can control this, and it sounds very interesting. You've talked about mind control and things like that. However, there is 3 of us, so how will it know which one of our impressions that it's going to take? Is it going to be the most powerful? I don't know. I think we're all pretty powerful. Is it going to be someone who really knows magic? I know a lot of magic. Is it going to be me? Is it going to be whoever wants?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I feel like we're back to square one. She's gonna look down at her book and like.
No. You say we have more information than what your royalty might have had. We know that an entire tribe of lizardmen have taken up refuge inside of the caves that lead to your Stone Army. Now, we don't know how deep the Stone Army is in the caves, but we know that where the Stone Army is, there's a group or tribe or family, whatever you call them, of lizardmen that have taken up residence inside the cave, and you'll have to find some way past them to get to the the army there.
Okay, so there's lizardmen in the caves. You know where they're at. You know that there's lizardmen there. Now, what stops a lizardman from grabbing them? Like, how come they can't control it? And also, who else knows that they're here? I mean, it seems like a lot of people know about these caves. The king, you guys, lizardmen. I just don't.
He kind of leans over to Quinn, not Quinn, to Sawyer, who's kind of at the other side of the bar. Is she always is talking?
Yep.
Right. And she does the talking for you, then, I assume.
Yep.
The barman, Teague, just shakes his head. And with the shaking of Teague's head, we're going to take a short break. But before we get out of here, I want to bring to your the great and powerful and wonderful and amazing Ann Palmer. She runs the Curious Crafts channel right here on Twitch, just our sister station. She's just right over there. Just look, you'll see her. And every 3 days a week, she runs streams, and they are absolutely amazing. One stream, she makes ornaments. One stream, she works on a collaborative one-shot with her community, and that's unbelievably amazing. I've checked it out several times, and she's just a great storyteller. But her main stream is scenery and miniatures and all kinds of great stuff for use in D&D. So she's a fantastic person. You can find her on Twitch. You can find her on Twitter. And we cannot recommend her enough to you. Go and see Ann Palmer at Curious Crafts, twitch.tv/Curious Crafts. Thank you all. We will catch you on the other side of the break. We will see you back here at 11:15. Don't be late.
Grab your snacks.
Oh, wait. Front to back. Hashtag front back wave.
No.
No.
We're not doing that way.
No, it's not a thing.
Hashtag front back wave.
Not a thing.
Hashtag no.
But
We're back, by the way. Hi.
Hey, awesome.
I gave you the countdown.
Oh, when we last left off, an NPC was shaking his head incredulously at our piece. Pretty much par for the course, and Dave is
Yep.
now orange.
Orange. Orange, you
Yeah.
glad we're back?
So after
You're getting banned
shaking
right now.
So after the bartender shook his head, he kind of put the cup down and opened his hands and flattened his palms out. And so, do we have ourselves a deal? Can we count on your help? Destroy this stone army and bring about a diplomatic end to this war.
No. When you say destroy,
What I mean is become the hero of the peoples by destroying the evil army.
Now, do you have any other people that we might be able to talk to?
The bartender kind of waves a hand across the whole. Turn around and have a look for yourself. As you
Okay,
do,
you stay right here. I'm gonna go talk to them.
and as you do, as you look around the room, you see that every single person there, they're all just like you. They're all adventurers. They're all uniquely kitted out and gruff and grizzled, and you realize that you're in a den of adventure.
Do I see any baby adventurers?
No, all old.
She's still gonna walk up to one and she's
Yeah.
gonna. Okay. Now, tell me about what you're doing here.
Is she interrogating?
What's your name? What's your class? What weapons you have on you? What adventures have you done? Okay, great. And what do you know about these stone arms?
The two they're you can't quite tell, they're might be druids or they're naturally inclined, you can tell, because they have very very shamanistic talismans about them. They have the accoutrement for druidic practices all over them, and they both look at each other and then look back at you, and then they just start assailing you with a language you don't know, just talking to you in a tongue that you don't comprehend, just countless words that don't make any sense, just a ton of information. They're both talking at once.
I'm just not feeling it. Just give us a little audio sample of what it could sound like.
Oh, I tried just now, and the mic's not working. Anytime I do that, it's just the mic's not.
Would I not know it though?
Oh, nope, it's not working.
Are you sure I wouldn't know it?
You can certainly attempt to try and understand. Give me, how about an investigation check?
I rolled a 22.
Oh, wow. You're not able to pick out the intricacies of the language, but you're able to pick out the basics of what they're talking about. And it's clear that they understand you. But there's kind of an inside joke between the two of them that they've reverted to this language on purpose. You can hear a lot of exchanged words between them that match, that are the same. You can hear in their tone and the words that they use that they're maybe using a language that is exclusive to the two of them. You can pick out things like "wouldn't bother with the stone army if I were you." You can pick out that they trust this group of people more than they do the constabulary and the royalty. And your general sense is that they are on the side of the resistance in this.
She's gonna nod her head as she finally understands what's going on, and she's gonna kind of like pull her cloth down and yes, very thanks for your time. And she's going to get up and walk back to her group.
Which she should now be able to do.
Well.
Awesome.
Oh, here.
That's not your group.
Yeah, that's not the group. That's not the group you came in with. These aren't the droids you're looking for.
I don't fucking remember.
You just left us.
I don't remember what time it was on.
Instantly walks up to someone else. So, what are we doing today, guys? Let's go. We've been best friends for years.
You really put that past her right now. Anyway, she's gonna kind of walk up a bluster. Clearly upset.
When you walk up to this group, they were talking and they were playing cards, but there's a hushed silence about them. Like they're still talking amongst themselves, but they're kind of purposefully ignoring you. Their cards are all on the table, like face down, and they're just kind of leaning in and making their best not to engage you.
Two of them are pointing weapons at each other.
So,
you're right. One end of the table is pointing them at the other end of the table.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you notice, that guy with the magic in his hand, he's pointing a finger at the other guy. He's about to blow him away.
That's true.
And then this guy in the other corner, he's got a book out. Oh, he's definitely got a spell ready.
She's gonna realize she went to the wrong table and she's...
He's just reading a self-help book.
The guy with the guy, the dude at the table. No, there's a gnome with a kind of sandy blonde hair at the table, and you can see as you walk away, he kind of lets out a heavy sigh. No, miss, come back. We're all sorry. We're all very, very, very sorry. Shame on the three of you. No, come back. You wanted to talk to us. What was it?
I'm really conflicted. I want to do the right thing, and I'm just trying to figure out what the right thing is. And, I have to make sure that I have the most information that I have, or can have. And those guys over there were being mean, and I know that they were purposely talking in their own language.
The guy, the gnome, the guy. I keep calling him the dude.
Hey
man,
dude.
you guys
need a
just
white
play,
Russian in his hand.
Yeah, you guys just play bowling. Bowling's just a sport for everybody. You just come and do whatever you want. He looks over his shoulder and he regards the two people in that were kind of rude to you. Yes, no, don't pay the two brothers any mind. It's a trick they do. It's druid speak. They speak it amongst themselves. Yeah, they're rude. They're rude. You're right. I don't know what you're talking about as far as the most information you can do and do the best good. But if you're here to help the resistance, and well, that's good. That's good by anyone's account. So I think I speak for all of us, and the other three kind of like nod, but still don't really regard you very well. That you need to help the resistance. It's the best plan. Whatever they're working on, it's for the people's intentions. It's not selfish.
You say for the people's intentions, and you say it's not selfish, but how do I know? Who can I really talk? Who is unbiased? Because I know that you guys want to do what you want to do, and then I know that the king wants to do what he wants to do, and I just need a third party. I need someone who can help me figure this.
The guy, God, Jesus Christ. The gnome puts his cards down, leans back, holds his hand. Well, I can't tell you what to do. The final decision's yours, but I think you'll make the right call, make the right idea, make the right choice.
Anyway, can you tell me about when the resistance formed, where it formed, why it formed, what it's done?
Lady, look, you need to be a person of action. You need to stand up.
I am not a person of action.
Harper, I think it's time we get going. if we leave her to her devices. She's going to be here forever.
I'm kind of enjoying this.
I was
As the two,
up until 5
For once,
minutes
it's not
ago.
us getting annoyed.
as the two of you are watching your well-studied mage pretty much thoroughly interrogate every person in the tavern, the leader of the resistance comes back over to you, and he kind of clamps his hands down hard, on the bar, and he says, "Well, there's been a bit of a development." He says, imitating exactly the voice of the gnome without any difference. He tells you that there's been a development, and he is certain with clarity that he can, if you're willing to help out his resistance, clear the way to the stone army, so that you don't have to fight the lizard men, and he can make it a bit easier for you to get to the stone army. His people still don't know how to activate the stone army, but he's hoping that the three of you will be able to figure out all of that.
We do it.
She's sulking. She's just going over her notes, like really conflicted.
So he tells you to go ahead and take the royalties offer, take their car, take their horses and their resources, and go to the cavern. But when you get there, destroy the stone army. Don't let it fall into anyone's hands whatsoever. And so you guys set off. And just like the royalty told you, it's a 2-day march. But thankfully...
Wait. Are we taking a carriage or are we marching? I was told
no,
it would
you're
be a
taking-
carriage.
You're taking a carriage, but it's those weird Lipizzanner stallions that just march everywhere they go. like they're horses, but they're really inefficient in their travel. No, it's
fancy boys.
yeah, they're like their chests are out. They're somehow proud. They're like weirdly proud horse. No,
It's clearly not weird coming from the kingdom we're at. It's quite strange.
And so after 2 days of travel, you make your way into the swamps, and the going is really just terrible. The wagon keeps getting stuck, and you keep having to get the horses going, and you pull one out of the swamp of sorrows where it almost drowns, and you watch this kid lose his white horse in the swamps right next. No, I'm just kidding. That's not right.
We
That's
don't
not.
really need to cry now. Come on.
Betray you!
But eventually, you arrive at the cavern, and true to their word, the resistance has done the unthinkable. They've cleared out the lizard men. There's evidence in the cavern that the lizard men lived there, and you have a sense that the resistance really kind of only killed some of them. Their main goal was to drive away the lizardmen from the cave. There are a few dead lizardmen bodies inside the cave as you make your way in. Let me do a little bit of this for you.
Oh no, now I have to pee. I'm just kidding.
And you ignite your torches and you cast your light spells, and as you head into the cavern, you can see the first inklings that there was some kind of a fight. But there's only a handful of dead bodies, maybe half a dozen, maybe a little bit more. The rest were very much taken up in the moment, and they've fled. There's still pots cooking over slowly smoldering flames. But for the large part, the entire congregation of lizardmen is gone. They're all gone, and you meet no resistance as you head into the inner workings of the cavern. It takes you maybe an hour, maybe two, to traverse the depths of this cave. But eventually, the natural water-cut cave works gives way to purposefully cut stone. Hard, chiseled, I saw that, Travis. Hard, chiseled stone and bricks and mortar. And you find yourself, lo and behold, in a vast, completely dark cavern. Let me give you a little bit of light. I'm assuming the mage has cast a light spell, correct? Yeah, I shouldn't.
The mage is currently looking to see if the mage has a light spell.
Oh, she absolutely does.
I know I have a light spell, so I clicked it.
Yes, Dave. Yes.
I don't see anything.
Yeah, no, I don't see anything either, but I did
No?
cast light.
Give me just a second.
Nope. We're fighting a big old black cube.
No. Sounds like a trap.
We all died.
1,000 tons of stone falls on you, and you are. How about now?
Nope.
That'd be a no.
Still feels very dark and ominous in this.
Uno momentito.
I don't speak Norwegian. Sorry.
Sorry, that was my Norwegian coming through.
So in the meantime, how have you all been? Aside from Dower, because he's busy. Dave, how have you been specifically?
Okay. I've been kind of dealing with an upset stomach this week,
Oh, sorry.
so that's that. How about you?
Have you been drinking mint tea? You should drink some mint tea.
No, ginger's better than mint.
I've been
Pepper-
drinking lots of ginger tea.
Peppermint can actually aggravate.
Really?
Yep.
I was always given peppermint tea.
I
had upset
know,
stomach.
but here it is. It's ginger.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I can see things now.
Okay, there we go.
Yay.
Small talk.
That's right. For
Well-
all your indigestive problems, ginger tea.
Okay, about that. Now.
Oh, I know what's going on. Yep, riff and rabble can.
I know the next series of events.
Ginger tea, not only delicious, but good for you.
I like to combine ginger tea with green tea
I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
and
It's
chamomile.
actually delicious.
You get arrested on the spot. The teacup bust out of the windows and
Happened.
punch you
No,
in the
I
tea
think that's
gland.
a lie. Total lie.
and
All
they
right. Can we get
pour
someone
hot
from
water in your
chat
eye.
to weigh in on this? I mean, do you combine your teas?
Ginger and green tea is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I'm just curious. Does anyone else combine their teas?
I combine
Yeah,
green
you
and black
can-
tea too.
You can buy ginger green tea, but if you make it at home, it's illegal.
No, it's not.
It's not.
It's not. I got
The
this like
teacups.
Chinese ginger tea, and it's like ground ginger with.
Yeah.
So good.
The teacups bust into your windows and
Not
they
say
pour hot water and glass bits into your eyes.
A good thing I don't have
Because-
windows, so I'm fine.
Yeah.
What are
They
eyes?
make windows
What are
and then
eyeballs?
they bust them open.
So you're saying if I build a completely solid stone house, they'll put in windows for me?
Hey! We have
Excellent.
like guys. Whee! See,
There we go. All right.
I just
all
don't
right.
like lemon in my tea. I don't. Unless it's gonna be like half of the tea. I don't like a little drip of lemon. Blech.
So, like I said, the area you're in now is far different from the cave you've just left. Where the cave was cut by the inevitable run of water, and it's a far more natural environment. This seems built with a purpose. There's cut stone. There's a design to the room you're in now. And directly in front of you, about 20 feet, sits an altar.
All right. Do I know which one I need to kill to activate the stone army?
Which one? Which one? Who?
Which one
of
of my
your party?
friends? Yeah.
Oh, it's Quinn. It's Quinn. No, I'm kidding.
All right,
You
perfect.
don't need to.
Okay. No.
I'm going now, guys. Goodbye. I'm just gonna.
I am going to be cautiously proceeding into this cave, and as I go, looking for traps and trying not to get myself in any danger.
I pick up the jewel.
Oh god.
So-
a guy, and she's like still kind of cautious, like looking at her notes, and also like, my teammates. What are they?
So let's have investigation from everybody. Give me an arcane check as well, please, Quinn.
Arcana?
Arcana, yes, please.
Bam! 20 investigation.
I got a 19 investigation and an 18 arcana.
10.
Okay. So what Sawyer and Quinn have found is that there are what look like rivulets, small gutters in the stone, small little channels cut into the rock and the floor. And I'm going to draw them for you here as best I can. Just do them in black here. There are 5 channels that run away from the bottom of this altar. And the more you look at this altar, it almost looks less altar and more sarcophagus. It's very much made out of stone, and you can't find a separation between the lid and the rest of the sarcophagus. But it is vaguely human length and human shape. It's longer than it is wide. But anyway, radiating out away from it are 5 lines. 4 that come up and to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 that comes separately out and to the right. And as you investigate this line that comes out and to the right, you see that it leads to a series of carved runes in the floor. They're very humbly carved. They're not very crisp lines or anything like that, but they're very purposefully etched in the stone.
Do they
Now-
look channeled? Like they channel a liquid, or?
It does look like they channel a liquid. They're about maybe half an inch deep, maybe quarter of an inch wide, and each one. So there's kind of like one on the left. There's one constant channel that runs all the way down to the 4th line, and then the other 3 kind of break off of it, and then the one on the right that's separate comes out into the circle of runes. Now, with the gem on the ground, you have found a gem that is easily the size of your skull. It's hefty, weighing at least a good 10 pounds, and it is nearly pure, clear, and
I pick it up.
it has a very, very sharp point on the bottom of it. It's faceted beyond your ability to count. There are so many facets in this brightly colored red gem. And you see a place where it might sit in the altar. Just here in the north part of the smaller of the 2 circles.
Definitely.
Now wait, guys. And she's gonna kind of like shuffle up just short of this carved circle here.
Oh, I see where the gem fits, but what about this? What do you make of this, Quinn? Any points at the runes?
I mean, from my calculations and kind of what it looks like, I'm sure you've seen it a little bit too. Does her Arcana check? What does that tell her?
Yes. The Arcana check tells you that the runes specifically communicate to you, at least, that they are used for some form of communication. They're used for some form of either signaling or a dispatch of a message, some sending mechanism that's just about all you can discern.
So,
these on the floor here, I can't exactly tell what, but I think they send a message. To what I'm not sure, but since it leads up to that, thing in the center there where the gem could possibly go, I can only imagine that maybe if this goes, then it's going to help send a message to where that is, but also we didn't decide if we're going to destroy the army or if we're going to try to make the army go, because something tells me that this makes the army go.
yeah. Yeah, well, I don't think we need to worry about destroying it. I mean, as long as we don't use it for evil purposes, why not keep it around? I mean, it'd be a great help.
But what about other people? I can't believe that we are the only people that are going to be able to make this go.
Harper, if you'd like, please give me an investigation check of the stone soldiers.
Oh, okay, yeah. I closed my character sheet, so
Also, as you can see, the ranks of stone soldiers goes on and on and on into the distance, and just beyond the ranks of stone soldiers is one massive stone soldier, easily 10 times the size of the other ones, in the shape of maybe a dwarf, maybe just a burly, muscular man, but he's very much different from the rest of the rank and file soldier. Your
got an 18.
Right, so your investigation with a roll of 18 is sufficient to tell you that these stone soldiers appear to be carved as if they're wearing full plate armor. Their visors are down. You can't make out a face of any kind, but each and every one of them holds a broadsword that, as they're standing, the handle of it comes to just between their chest muscles, kind of like middle of their chest, and the sword tip is right in the dirt. So a good 5.5 feet of blade. Each one of them is exactly the same height. Each one of them is exactly the same width. They're all cut with perfect clarity.
Yep, these are them. These are these stone soldiers. So shall I put the gem in the thing?
Oh, hang on. What about these lines over here? And Sawyer would go investigate the lines that seem to go into the wall.
Well, as you investigate the wall, you see that the channels run right up to the wall, and then literally up it. They run vertically up the side of the wall. And there's a kind of left to right increasing kind of ladder where it'll come up at an angle and then straight up, and then up at a right angle and then straight up, and then up at a left angle and then straight up. And eventually there's a circle right at the top of this arrangement. And you can trace it all the way back, down the wall, left, right, down the wall, and then along the ground, and they all go back to the altar. But there's 4 of them. Exactly
What's the
the
circle
same.
at the top? What's that look like? Is it runes? What is it?
No, it's no runes. It's just a kind of circular channel. It's the same width, same depth, same dimensions of the channel you've seen on the floor, but it's just in a perfect circle. And at one point, it's intersected by the channel you followed from the ground up the wall, and it hits this circle.
So do they all lead to that circle, or are they separate circles?
Oh, no, yeah. Each one leads to its own separate circle. So there's 4 circles on the wall, 4 little tracks that lead up to.
Quinn has been drawing this with meticulous detail, especially trying to copy the route, and then also doing like little crude sketches of where the army is, where that pill shape in the middle is, where the gem is, and she's just taking her time documenting all this, and definitely not paying attention to what her 2 companions are doing.
So in the middle of the circle is there like a gem, or is it just like stone?
No, it's just like the channel that you've seen on the ground. It just ends in a circular.
So it's carved.
Tract.
The channel is like carved into the wall.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so it's not like it would hold liquid or anything. It's just into the wall. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can't make heads or tails of this.
Yes, so, after some good looking at this, it looks like these are possibly channels. Now, what this channels, I have no idea. However, it looks like, from what you've seen over there, it goes from this, and it goes over there, up the wall, and then, well, have you seen if it actually, like, maybe crawls across this? I can only imagine that it probably powers whatever is behind here. Now,
I put the gem in the thing.
Oh!
Probably wouldn't have done that, what?
All right. So, as soon as the gem seats itself in the small circle, there's a massive explosion of energy. It's not enough to knock any of you on your feet or off your feet, but you all are kind of blown back by this kind of a forceful wind that erupts from the altar.
Oh no! What have you done?
And as you do, a bright blue glowing aura first erupts from where the gem set into the altar. Then, almost like a fog or a liquid, a kind of a combination of both, it begins to seep away from the altar, and it runs down the channel, and it first goes to the first rivulet and up the wall, and then it goes to the second, perfectly traced, covering up the black lines drawn earlier with no mistakes whatsoever. And then it goes to the third, and then it goes to the fourth, and
You're doing pretty good there, man. That's not bad.
And then it goes to the circle, and the circle lights up, and Sawyer happens to be standing in the circle.
Oh, shit.
Now tell me, Sawyer, what, pray tell, is in your mind right now? Go,
He's thinking,
go.
Salute me, salute me, salute me.
Hi, Captain.
A strange blue light forms in these four soldiers' eyes from behind. Whoop, that's a wrong color. Nope, I don't need both of them. I just need the one. From behind their stone plate armor, you can see a pale blue light. They stand stock still. They look over at Sawyer. And then they draw their swords. I need all three of you to roll initiative, please.
That's not saluting!
God damn it! 22!
What if I don't want?
That's too
I
bad.
guess you don't have to.
28.
You did the thing. You have to.
I rolled
Dang! 28!
11.
You're also still on not the right character, but it's fine.
So
Yeah,
Sawyer,
just sorry.
I'm not telling them to do that. I did not tell them to do that.
Does Sawyer stay in the circle when he tells them not that he didn't do this?
Yep, he hasn't moved.
Okay, no problem. Where I should have come.
Dun, 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 dun,
There it is. There it is. Found it. Found it. There it is.
Wait, is this Pirates of the Caribbean? Because that sounded like Pirates of the Caribbean.
No,
It did a little bit.
It was inspired by. No, it's copyrighted. Copyrighted.
No, copyright strike. Copyright strike. But I can't use that music.
It's my own interpretation. It's fine.
Copyrighted.
Oh, okay.
Real
All right.
I copyrighted it already.
Can you still hear us, chat? Did we get our audio cut off? Yeah.
Oh,
so fine.
there
It
it
was
is.
so close. It sounds exactly the same. I can't even hear the difference.
Oh,
All right.
yeah, okay.
So I'm still waiting on. Oh, there's Dave. No, you're there. I need Quinn.
Me, I'm 22.
Yeah, Quinn rolled initiative.
Thanks, lady. Lady, you're the best.
All right, so you will all get an action as these four soldiers ponderously draw their move towards you. There is the inexorable sound of stone sliding against stone as they move.
Is that like
So,
nails against a chalkboard?
Sawyer just begins to think, stop where you are. Stop moving, and put your weapons down.
It doesn't seem to be working.
Sawyer, what's going on?
No idea.
I don't know either.
I think it's best if we retreat.
Well, Sawyer, it's your turn.
So Sawyer is actually going to fall back out of the magic circle. I think it's best if we retreat. They don't seem to be following my command. And he's going to fall back as far back as he can.
All right. Is he going to do anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Quinn, it's your turn.
And she is going to be like, I don't know what to do. But I would really like to know what to do. And she's just gonna stay there and see what's gonna happen.
All right, so that's all her turn. All right.
Yeah.
Harper Oberland, the cleric, the tank of the group.
Do these stone soldiers count as stones?
They are, as far as you can tell, 100% stone.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up to this one and touch it and cast stone shape on it. And I'm gonna make it just into a big old rock. Just a big boulder of nothing.
Right. Let's see here. You touched on... Let's see here. As you do, you put both hands on its chest, kind of almost trying to push it away from you. You cast your spell. And yes, it reverts into exactly the shape you tell it to go to. As it does, a almost ghostly-like wisp flies away from it.
Uh-oh.
And you see that one of the channels goes...
Okay. I think I did a good thing. That's
right.
the end of my turn.
Alright, so now it is Red Dot's turn. He is going to 5, 10. He's going to turn, raise his sword up, and move to...
No.
Oh!
How about a 20?
Yeah, that'll hit.
How about 4 damage? Does 4 damage feel good to your 80 some odd point?
Ow.
So the blade comes down slow and ponderously, and as you turn to miss it, it kind of slices the back part of your shoulder hard and opens. And now this one comes Blue Dot and steps up next to you, and again the same ponderously slow movement of the blade. 19. Uh-oh, we lost Travis's camp.
That's okay.
My AC is 9.
Your AC is 19. Did you say?
Yep. 1-9er.
I will count that as a hit for 6 points of damage.
Ow.
And then the final green dot. Simply turn in this place and move to attack you for 19.
Oh my god!
Which also
That
hits.
Yep.
Are you cheating?
How about
Oh!
12 damage? Perfect damage from the final attack.
Ow.
And Sawyer, as it becomes your turn, you notice ever so carefully. You almost missed it, but there it is. You can see it flowing away from the altar now. A very slow progression of blue energy. Just like the same blue energy that filled the other rivulets before. You're not positive, but you think it might be heading for the empty rivulet that has emptied itself as a result of Harper destroying one of the stone soldiers.
Where is it flowing from?
It's flowing from the altar towards this empty rivulet. That's
Okay, all right. So it's trying to fill it then.
It's trying to fill it. Yes.
Okay. Is there anything on the ground?
There's nothing on the ground other than dust and small, tiny stones. There's nothing. There's nothing major.
Okay. How big are the channels? Like, if I were to use a dagger, could I foreseeably block it off with a dagger, or are they bigger than that?
They're about the size of your finger, of your index finger.
Okay, so a dagger would probably work?
Certainly try.
So he's going to run up and take his dagger, one of his daggers out, and jam it into the channel to try to block the blue flow from the one that is currently filled.
Alright. You pull your dagger, crouch down, block the flow of the blue energy, and then you wait. And you wait. And you wait. And you wait. As the blue energy is very, very slowly coming towards you.
No, I'm talking about the one that's already active. The blue
the one that's already active. Oh, yeah. You put your dagger in the blue energy. Oh, my.
Yes.
All right. Well, you are racked by terrible and inescapable pain. As soon as your dagger touches blue energy, you take 12 points of damage.
Oh, okay.
It feels like a combination of heat and electricity and knives and pins, and your muscles all tense up. It's just searing, white-hot pain.
Good. That's what I like in the morning to wake me up.
Because that was a smart thing to do. Let's put the metal thing in the thing that's flowing.
Look, I didn't say it was electricity, and it's very slow. Why wouldn't I put it in there?
Energy!
What energy flows slowly?
Blue energy.
In this world? I'm sorry, I'm a wizard. I can cast magic.
I'm sorry you don't like to think outside the box. All right. That was he retracts the dagger, but that's all that. That's probably his whole turn.
Okay. Quinn.
Oh wait, sorry. He shouts.
Nope. Go ahead. Finish.
Don't touch the blue stuff. Just,
and she's gonna look to the person who totally I remember with the dagger. Sawyer. She's gonna look to Sawyer. And then she's gonna look at Harper and ask, Harper, how did you do that? They just transformed.
Quinn, give me an Arcana check.
Shit, I know how he did that. I rolled a 26.
Quinn, you can tell that everything that's going on right now is as purely magical as you have ever encountered in your life. The energy flowing from the altar itself, the stone soldiers, they're all empowered at their very core by magic.
Is the floor stone as well?
The floor is stone, yes.
So she's going to pass through the circle and then look here and then touch this ground and put a pillar straight up to try and block the circuitry with her stone touch.
She's gonna form the
stone shape, sorry. She's just gonna block it off, like just in a moment of panic, like hope that blocks it.
All right, you successfully create a stone pillar. It goes from floor to ceiling. It's perfectly circular and it's beautiful. It holds the ceiling up, but apparently it does not stop the magic.
I thought for sure that stopping this would... Anyway, and then she's going to turn and look at the gem. I think we have to take the gem out! And that's all she's gonna do.
All right. Harper, it's your turn as you are surrounded by stone men.
I would like to do a command. So I would like to yell, "Stop!" to the green one. So you have to succeed a wisdom saving throw.
All right.
If you do, the command has no effect. Oh, wait. So the wisdom saving throw on the next turn has no effect if it's undead or if it doesn't understand my language. Yeah. So
your command is stop, and it needs to pass. What's your 16? Okay.
it is.
Oh.
Dang it.
It looks as if it hesitates. There's definitely a pause in its movement as it moves to bring a sword down, but it stops. But then it continues.
No.
Anything else you'd like to do?
What a me! Stop it!
I would like to move over here
Oh no!
and try and take the gem out. If I could do that.
So you place your. I'm assuming you've been swinging. You have your maul ready at all times. So you place your maul down. You sit it alongside, and you put both hands on the gem, trying to. And when you place both your hands on the gem, your vision goes completely white, and you hear thousands upon thousands of voices in languages you've never heard before, and they scream in your head. One message gets through. It's magic in its purest form. However, as a result of that, you take 11 points of damage.
Oh my god!
Cool.
We're doomed, guys.
I was explicit in my instructions not to touch the blue stuff.
Alright, so we are going to do red. He is going to turn and swing his sword and try and attack. Trying to attack Harper. 24.
I think we know that hits.
12 points damage. I'm rolling really good tonight.
Yeah, it's super good.
That's his turn. And orange dot is going to just or blue dot, he's just going to beeline it straight across the altar. Turn with just an inexorable amount of movement and head towards Quinn Colvin. But that's all the movement he has left. And green dot is going to do the same and head towards Quinn. Makes it Sawyer's turn.
So I can't touch the blue stuff. Arrows are pretty garbage against stone. Daggers don't work good against stone. Can't control them. So...
No, you just failed your first attempt. What was the command you tried to issue?
Obey me for life! It was salute.
Salute.
Oh, it was salute.
So...
Stop didn't work.
No, stop didn't work. Salute didn't work.
Stop was a spell. Stop was not the blue thing.
Yeah, stop was not the blue thing.
Huh? No, I was standing in the blue thing when I told them to stop.
No, you said salute.
No.
Salute.
Before I moved from the blue thing, I told them to stop where they were and to drop their weapons. And then I left the blue thing after they didn't do that.
Oh, okay. Well, my stop was a spell.
Oh, your stop was a spell. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess I wasn't paying attention. My bad.
So he's gonna run up and wiggle his. Be very careful to not touch the blue things with his feet. It's like he tells Quinn, "You need to go and try to control these things. Try to wrangle them." use the magic circle. I don't know what it says. And he puts himself in between Quinn and the stone golem, and he prepares a dodge action.
Right. Quinn Goldvein. It's your turn. How would you like to handle these magicy?
Just make them dead.
No pressure.
Well, I know
almost...
everything's quite magical, so, I'm just gonna step into the circle and, the retreat! And hope for the best.
Nothing happens. The soldiers continue their movement. Not only do the soldiers continue their movement, but the blue magic continues its path towards the fourth and outermost. Anything else from Quinn Goldvein? Anything else that Quinn Goldvein would like to do or cast or say or attack?
I'm unfortunately too far away to touch anybody. Guys, I don't understand. There's magic controlling these things, but they're kind of like, I don't know, zombies, and they can't stop. I think the best thing that we had was to just do the stone thing, the stone shape, but I'm too far away because I walked away from them.
And what do we do when we don't want bad magic to exist anymore?
Go away. Can she, I don't know, absorb it? No, dispel magic! She's gonna dispel magic!
Oh, there we go!
Dispel magic! It's fine, guys. I've never played a mage before.
Which, what are you targeting with your dispel magic?
The gem.
The gem! Roll a... Let me see here. Spells... Ability check using the spell casting ability. Please give me a DC check, please, plus your spell casting ability. Your spell casting ability is intelligence. So DC D20 plus your intelligence modifier.
Wow, that was loud. My ears. My ear holes.
And she's frantic. Ah! Dispel magic, dispel.
So, with Quinn's successful casting of a dispel magic on the gem in question, the gem goes dim. But not only does the gem go dim, but the three still active soldiers kind of slump down. The rivulets of bright blue magic change to a dull, pale blue. And everything kind of pauses for a very long while.
Pull it out! Pull the gem!
Get it! Get it!
I bonked it. It's not my turn, though.
And with everything dimming and our fate still in the balance, we're going to stop it here for this evening.
God, we didn't
We're gonna bonk the crap out of it.
Sorry, I'm an idiot. I'm just like.
So, you guys got to the Stone Army, you activated the Stone Army, then proceeded to fight said Stone Army. You guys are doing pretty well.
I was just gonna leave. I was gonna be like, well, this shit's going bad. Peace. Let's get out of here. This will sort itself out.
So thank you guys for tuning in. We are eternally grateful for all the views that we get, all the support, all the love that we get. We are all on Twitter. You can find us in the links down below. Everybody except that guy over there.
That's fine.
Travis.
Discord's way better. Join us in Discord.
Yes, if you want to get a hold of that guy, go to our Discord. Link is down in the description. Tell him that he needs to get a Twitter. Tell him he needs to join us in the social media, and we will love you for it. We'll see you next Friday as our intrepid adventurers try and solve the Stone Army. So good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Night.
Have a good weekend.
We will see you next Friday. Bye.
Hopefully we get on time next week.
Hashtag front back window.
No,
I know,
can you all just say hashtag no to get him to stop?